back to the deep dive. Today we are bundling up for this one.
Oh yeah, definitely got to bring the heavy coats.
We are heading north to Sundsvall. And, looking through the massive stack of research for this week's V85 round, there is basically one word that just keeps coming up in bold underlined text.
Winter.
Exactly.
Winter.
It really is it's the defining factor here.
Yeah.
We aren't just talking about standard harness racing on a nicely groomed dirt track. We're talking about the winter trot at Bergsåker.
Right.
And that changes the physics of the sport entirely.
It does. And I want to get into the specific races for you guys. We have a full card to get through, V85-1 all the way through V85-8. So today, we aren't just looking for the fastest horse. We are looking for winter warriors.
I love that. Winter warriors.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep that context in mind, the Bergsåker effect of post-1 and the winter conditions, and just jump straight into the action.
Right.
V85-1, the sprint, 1,640 meters with an auto start.
And right away, we see that Bergsåker effect coming into play.
We really do. But let's look at the favorite first. The consensus across the sources seems to heavily back number 5, 4 White EG.
Which makes sense on paper. Driven by Magnus A. Juice, who is basically winning everything he touches right now.
Yeah, he's on fire.
And the horse has 2 straight wins over this short distance. He's fast, he's in form, he looks like the class of the field.
However, and this is where it gets interesting, looking at the challenger analysis, there was a lot of noise about the horse on the inside. Number 1, Global Email.
This is where that track geometry really matters. The trainer, Stefan Arvidsson, has been very explicit in the reports. He is not looking to tuck in. He wants the lead.
And Global Email has won 6 out of 9 times from the front.
Precisely. So the strategy isn't just to run fast. It's defend the rail at all costs. You have Erjan Kihlström in the sulky, the Iceman. If he uses that post-1 advantage to hold the lead into the first turn...
Suddenly the favorite, 4 White EG, is parked outside in the wind.
Exactly. And that changes the entire complexion of the race.
But there is a wild card here that might just ruin everyone's plans. Number 8, Mago Launcher.
Oh, Mago Launcher is a fascinating chaos factor.
Stuck out in post 8.
Right, which is usually a total death sentence over a sprint distance because you are so far out on the wing. But this horse is an absolute rocket off the gate. The analysis suggests the driver might try a kamikaze charge for the front.
So let me picture this for a second. You have Global Email protecting the rail with his life. You have Mago Launcher dive bombing from the outside. And the favorite is caught in the crossfire.
That is a recipe for a brutal taste burnout. If they drive each other into the ground for the first 500 meters, none of them might have anything left for the finish.
Which brings us to the long shots, the Skreller. If the leaders cook each other, who picks up the pieces?
You got to look at the closers. Number 10, Jiba Dabadu, has really strong form and finishes fast.
Again, number 9, Little Richard.
Yeah, Little Richard. If the tempo is frantic, he's a sneaky finisher who could weave through tired horses at a really big price.
Okay, moving on to V85-2. We are switching gears to the cold bloods. Yeah. This is Alf Johnson's race, honoring a legendary driver. And looking at the consensus, this seems to be the race where most people are going to try and save money on their ticket. We have a massive favorite.
We do. Number 1, Bleak Borken. In all the betting data, he is what we call a penalty kick.
A banker. Walk us through the setup here, though, because this isn't an auto start. This is a volt start.
Right. So instead of a moving car, the horses circle in a pattern and start from a standstill. Bleak Borken is on the front vault. He goes when the command is given. But his main rivals...
They're handicapped.
Yes. They are standing 20 or 40 meters behind him.
40 meters feels like a lifetime in a race that's only 240 meters long.
It's a massive handicap. Bleak Borken is already a very fast horse, maybe the fastest in the field. The analysis across the board suggests he just steps out, grabs the lead, and simply runs away. He doesn't have to pass anyone.
But is it really that simple? I'm looking at the chasers. We have number 10, Stumna Fear, and number 12, Tenno Jervin. These are elite cold bloods. And there's a real sentimental angle with Tenno Jervin, right?
There is. Tenno Jervin is driven by Jimmy Johnson.
If Johnson's son.
Exactly. You can imagine the motivation to win his father's memorial race. And Tenno Jervin absolutely has the raw speed to catch the favorite. But the math is just brutal. To make up 40 meters, Tenno Jervin has to be significantly faster per kilometer, navigate traffic, and avoid galloping, which he is prone to do. It's a monumental task.
So for you listening, if you're looking for a banker, a single mark on your ticket, Bleak Borken is the one.
It's the smart play. Unless he makes a huge mistake and gallops himself, it's his race to lose.
Okay, so a likely winner in the second, but V85-3, This looks like a total headache, the puzzle race. 2,140 meters auto, low class.
This is the very definition of an open race. If you're building a system, this is where you paint with a broad brush.
Use as many marks as you can afford.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some contenders, though. Number 6, William Avenue. This horse is returning from a massive absence. 2.5 years.
Which is an absolute eternity in racing. Now, he looked great winning recently, showing he still has the engine. But there's a phenomenon called the bounce.
The bounce.
Yeah, sometimes a horse runs great after a long layoff on pure adrenaline, but the recovery takes a huge toll, and they just go completely flat in their second race back. Can you back it up? That's the gamble you're taking.
Then you have number 3, Twigs Like You.
Interesting entry, making a debut for a new top trainer, Kachamelko. The horse has high capacity but a very erratic history. You're basically betting on the trainer change here, hoping she fixed whatever issues the horse had.
What about the upsets? If everyone is confused, who could surprise us?
Number 9, Cujo is one to watch. Finished with plenty of energy left last time, didn't get to empty the tank, which usually signals a good performance coming up, and definitely keep an eye on number 12, Just Can't Get Enough.
Didn't Just Can't Get Enough win last time?
He did, but now he's stuck in post 12. Worst starting position possible, back row, outside, but if the pace is hot, his form is good enough to circle the entire field.
And number 5, OP Sam.
Good starting position, flying under the radar. Honestly, this is not the race to be stingy. Cover your bases.
Moving on to V85-4. The mare division, 2,140 meters, volt start again. And we have 15 horses. That sounds like a traffic jam waiting to happen.
It usually is. 15 horses on a volt start requires a lot of luck and incredibly skilled driving. But we have a clear class act here in number 8, Digital Last.
She finished incredibly fast last time out at Solvala. The notes literally say she looked like she was shot out of a cannon down the stretch.
She did. Purely on capacity, she's arguably the best horse in the field. But she starts with a 20-meter handicap. In a field of 15, she has to navigate through a wall of 14 other horses.
So who challenges her from the front?
Number 5, Hold Me Closer, is in great form and aiming for the lead. And again, look at that Bergsåker advantage number 1, Pearl de Quattro.
Post 1.
Perfect starting position to get that dream trip on the rail.
What about a long shot in this mess?
Number 13, Eva Aloha. She's a very strong finisher. If the front runners get tangled up in traffic or tire out on the winter track, she's the one sweeping past them late.
All right, we are halfway through V85-5, the speed trap, 1,640 meters auto. And we have a favorite here that the experts seem very, very skeptical about.
Number 5, Fahrenheit. He's the heavy favorite based on early betting, but his last race was pretty underwhelming. In fact, several of our sources have labeled this a turkey.
A turkey, meaning bad value.
Exactly. Overbet and underperforming. So if Fahrenheit is the turkey, we need to find the eagle.
Look at number 1, Zaxton.
Zaxton is the ultimate disruptor here. Equipped with blinkers, the shut-in headgear to keep him aggressive, and the stable is aiming 100% for the lead.
It's his favorite distance.
Yep. If he holds the lead from the inside, he pushes Fahrenheit to the outside, into the death seat.
A speed duel.
Zaxton isn't going to yield. And if Zaxton and Fahrenheit destroy each other in a battle for the front...
Number 11, King and Miraz picks up the pieces.
Precisely. Trained by Daniel Weigerston. He's the closer. He wants a hot pace. If they go too fast up front, he benefits in the final 200 meters.
And we shouldn't forget number 8, Betting Pacer.
No, a very tough mare. She doesn't mind doing the heavy lifting, even from a bad post. But the whole dynamic here is about that start. Zaxton versus Fahrenheit. If Zaxton holds the lead, Fahrenheit is in huge trouble.
V85-6. We've titled this segment Talent versus Conditions, 2,140 meters.
It's a classic handicapping dilemma. Do you bet on raw ability or the specific advantage of the driver and track suitability?
The raw talent is number 8, Romulus Diablo.
Undefeated when he stays trotting. Probably the best horse in the race purely on capacity. If this were a sunny day at Solvala, he'd be the clear pick. But he starts from post 8, which is tough, and he has a high risk of galloping. He's fragile.
And on the other side, the conditions heavily favor number 2, Venom.
The ice specialist. This horse thrives on the winter track. He finds grip where others slip. Driven by Magnus A. Jews, perfect starting position. He's safe. He's fast.
So it's the safe specialist versus the risky genius.
That's the bet. But there is a sneaky pick here. Number 9, BG Svidgen.
The notes have a very visual description of his last race. They say he climbed over horses.
That's the industry phrase. Means he had so much power left he had nowhere to go. He was trapped behind slower horses, literally looking like he wanted to jump over them. He looked fantastic, but got totally stuck.
So if he gets free this time...
Watch out. He is sitting on a huge performance.
Okay, here we go. The main event. V85-7. The Bergsåker Winter Trot. 400,000 SEK to the winner. This is the heavyweight fight of the evening.
It really is a duel between strength and position.
In the red corner, we have number 2, Shogun RR, trained by the local kingpin Daniel Wagerston.
Targeted specifically for this race. And here's the kicker. Just like in the second race, we have a handicap. Shogun RR starts 40 meters ahead of his main rival.
And in the blue corner, starting 40 meters back, is number 12, High on Pepper, the Tank.
A superstar. Known for immense strength. He doesn't have a quick sprint, he just has a grind. He will run a 1.33 pace forever until everyone else falls over.
So what does this mean? Can he catch him?
That is the debate of the week. Shogun RR has one weakness. He can be shaky in volt starts, but if he steps away cleanly and hits the lead, catching a horse of that caliber when you're giving him a 40-meter head start, it's almost mathematically impossible.
Almost.
Almost. Because High on Pepper is in a league of his own. Some argue he will just grind Shogun down, that the class difference is big enough, but there is a crucial shoeing detail here.
Oh.
High on Pepper is best when he can run barefoot or with very light shoes, gold shoes as they say. But on the winter ice, he likely has to wear heavy shoes with studs.
And that matters.
That extra weight might slow his rotation just enough to make catching Shogun RR impossible.
So if the track is heavy winter, advantage Shogun.
Exactly.
Is there anyone else? Or are we just watching a two-horse war?
If those two destroy each other, say High on Pepper presses too hard too early, look at number 15, Kinky Boots.
Kinky Boots.
Kinky Boots, a horse that loves Bergsåker. Always finishes strong. He's the vulture. He sits back, waits for the Titans to tire themselves out, and then comes flying down the stretch.
Finally, we reach the last leg. V85-8, the redemption race.
Number 4, Accuratus. We call it redemption because she galloped in her last race when she was charged too hard, but the time before that, incredible.
One from the death seat.
Right, running outside the leader the whole way. She's likely to charge for the lead again.
But she has a serious challenger in number 5, Raya Hollerud.
Won comfortably last week. Undriven, meaning the driver just sat still with the whip under his arm. Top form, she's the main threat.
And there's a headgear adjustment on number 11, Ellen Ripley.
Yes. She won spectacularly with full blinkers last time, but she got too hot, too aggressive, pulled too hard. Now they are switching back to Norwegian headgear.
Explain that mechanism for us.
It's a specialized bridle. You have round blinders that you can actually pull down during the race. So you start with them up. The horse can see everything and stays calm. Then, when you make your move in the final stretch, you pull a cord, the blinders drop, and the horse gets super focused and surges forward.
That sounds like a literal button for go fast.
Essentially, yes. It's perfect for a horse starting from the back.
And we have one final insider tip here. Number 1, Supernova Lijam.
We end exactly where we began. The Bergsåker Post 1. She could get the perfect pocket trip behind the leader. If the open stretch appears, or a late gap, she could surprise everyone at a huge price.
So let's bring it all together. What are the key takeaways for you listening today? If you need to build the ticket, where do you start?
Ideally, if you need a banker to build around, it's Blickborken in V85-2. The conditions and the handicap favor him massively.
The duel to watch is definitely Shogun RR versus High on Pepper in V85-7. That is just pure sport.
And for the upsets, the Skrull warnings, watch out for King and Miras in V85-5 if the favorites fight, and BG Svedjan in V85-6 if he finally finds a gap.
And here is a final provocative thought for you to mull over. We talk so much about the Bergsåker effect, that massive advantage of post 1. But does knowing that actually change the race psychology?
That's the real question. Because everyone knows post 1 is good. Do the drivers in the middle, like the guy on Mago Launcher in the first race, do they overcompensate?
Right. Do they drive too hard to try to negate that advantage?
Exactly. Causing a pace burnout that just opens the door for the backfield closers in the sprint races. Sometimes the stats create a self-fulfilling prophecy of total chaos.
A fascinating layer of psychology on top of the physics of ice and speed. Something to think about as you watch the Winter Trot this week. Enjoy the deep dive into the races.
Good luck out there.